people are starting to feel like there is no help for Mariah the Scientist. So you guys know the situation between Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug, with him saying that he was cheating on Mariah the Scientist even while he was in jail, and Mariah the Scientist was basically done with him. He posted an apology apologizing to Mariah the Scientist. I guess she didn't accept it, because shortly after that he posted and said chapter closed. So anyways, Mariah the Scientist was out and about, and people noticed that there was a picture of Young Thug on her phone case. So people came up with a couple of different conclusions. Some people said that maybe she just doesn't want to get it changed yet because she's ordered a new phone case and she doesn't want anything to happen to her iPhone. Some people also feel like, hey, she's probably still working a relationship out with Young Thug behind closed doors and she didn't take the case off because of that reason. And like I said, some people feel as if she just hasn't ordered another case yet and she don't want anything to happen to her iPhone. But honestly, if it was me, I'm getting embarrassed because you cheated on me and I tried to pay to get this covered up and it still came out. Baby, I would have been at the Apple Store, Walmart, Target, anywhere getting a new case. But I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. So moving on to the next topic, Offset was on live last night and Offset was clapping back at trolls because of course you guys know they was bringing up Cardi B and Stefan Diggs and the fact that Cardi B is pregnant by Stefan Diggs.
No, all that cap shit in my comment. I'm peeping. I mean, you pushing eyes. We picking up chicks. You know what I mean? And we flexing on, the next.
Moving on to the next topic, Cardi B went off on these podcasters after they compared her to Nick Cannon, who has 12 kids, and they were just saying all kinds of things about Cardi B, and Cardi B did not like that because she said she takes care of her kids, she comes home to her kids every night, she's at every event that they have at school, and she's there with her kids, and she's not making broken homes like Nick Cannon.
A lot of the Cardi fans are going to respond, well, she got the money. I'm not talking about if money was all it took to raise kids, the Trump kids wouldn't be held like they are. Trump wouldn't be held like he is. It's not just money. You also need parents who are very mindful and deliberate about bringing you into the world and choosing to guide you to adulthood. That is how we raise decent, good people. Yo mama out here giving her pussy to whoever the fuck she wants to and keeping whatever y'all drop off in her fucking uterus is crazy. I was expecting so much more out of Cardi B because you are not just some broke, bored bitch in the Bronx who don't have shit else to do. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do today. I ain't got no money to go out. Let me just fucking get pregnant. Like, you have a life. You have a career. You have things to work towards and work for. Like, I just cannot.
Well, she's a street bitch. I think this show is older than her time in the strip club. Like, she you know what I mean? Like, she's Cardi B, yes, and Met Gala now. And you would like to think that people will go, oh, wow, things to live for. Access time to do better and be better.
Or having 3 kids already, maybe because you have so much money, it's not really hitting you because other people are doing so much of the actual day-to-day childcare work. Maybe it's not hitting you how much kids really do need a solid foundation and need their parents to be locked in and engaged with them. You say, oh, my kids are fine because it's an assortment of nannies to take care of them 24/7. Your children will be hurting for the lack of their father's presence in their life if their father is either lacking because he's a healthy, great dad who's simply not around anymore, or lacking because they deserve a healthy, great dad who's not there and never was there because that's not Offset or who he is or what he does. Either way, the children lose. Blossom just turned 1, meaning you were fully pregnant. You talking about going on tour in February. All right, it's mid-September now. So I'm guessing that means you're knocking on your last trimester?
I would guess.
So you're going to give birth to this baby probably near the end of the year, towards the top of the year, and then spend 6 weeks in surgery and tour rehearsal to then do what? Go on stage and do fucking nothing. I went back and watched Cardi B's performances after she came back after having culture. Some of the most boring shit you ever seen in your life. And not because of the performance itself. Oh, it's great colors and costumes and dancers and musicians. There's a bunch of shit going on.
But Cardi B did not like what they had to say. She went off on them. She defended herself. And she says she knows that everybody wanted better for her. But at the end of the day, it's her life. These are decisions that she made and she has to live with them. She also talked about the whole divorce thing with Offset. And she basically talked about how he doesn't want to finalize the divorce unless she pays his taxes and also give him one of her properties. Which you guys remember not that long ago, it was put out that Offset was looking for spousal support from Cardi B. So she said that's what's taking so long in the divorce because he's holding it up. He wants her to pay his taxes. He wants one of her properties. So, and she says she's fighting for that. She's not just going to give him what he wants. But I want you guys to go ahead and listen to her Twitter space and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it down in the comment section below.
So, you know how I've been saying how this week has been going so perfect for me. Like the sales, the reviews on my album has been amazing. And now it's getting even better because of the tour stuff. Erica. Okay. I don't understand why a whole stranger, they don't have children. This is the thing about some people, right? This is the thing that I don't like about some people. Some people think because they went to college or they have like a certain vocabulary, they can speak on things that they don't know and they can speak on things that they don't experience. And they mix their ignorance and they mix their point of view with all these fancy words and all this bullshit. And it's like, you're dead fucking wrong. You try me one time, cool. Then the second time, let me tell you something. If you have an opinion about my personal life and what I personally do, that's okay. That's you. You don't know my life. You don't see half the shit. Even the things that I show you, you don't even know half of it. Don't come to the internet and be like, hey, I done study on children, and when it comes to kids, I don't play about them. You are not gonna sit here and tell me that you don't play about my kids. Because when it comes to me, I will kill, I will bury a block, I'll go to the death penalty. I'll die, come back from heaven, kill again for all my 3 and now 4 children. So don't tell me about shit about kids. That's one. I have never in my career, I feel like because I'm having such a great week, I feel like the devil is trying to try me to get out of character because it's like I have never, ever, ever. One thing about it, even people that hate me, like, there's fan pages and there's blogs that don't like me, one thing that they have never tried me on is my motherhood. One time I got tried for my motherhood and it didn't, you know what I'm saying? But people don't be bringing up my motherhood or how I raised my kids because if you see me, I'm always with my kids. For you to say because of my personal choices that I'm bringing trauma to my kids, trauma to who? If you're worried about trauma with children, you need to go to these places. Yeah, I don't have it. As Brown, go there, As Brown. If you're looking for kids with trauma, you need to go to these homes where these kids are getting abused, where these kids are getting fed things that parents want to be fed because they believe in certain type of whatever the crap food is. You need to be going to these homes where parents are confusing their kids and shit like that. You need to go to these homes. But when you're trying to talk about trauma to my kids because I have a baby, I'm having a baby and my baby just turned 1. Bro, people that happens all the time. I know I could take care of 4 kids. I could take care of 3, I could take care of 4. You're talking about trauma with my kids. The only trauma that my kids experience, you wanna know the only trauma that my kids experience? That they cry when they can eat candy after 8 o'clock. Yeah, no more candy. Yeah, and guess what? The iPad got a timer. That's another thing that they be crying about. Other than that, they don't go through trauma. You want to know how my kids feel that I'm having another baby? I have it on video. You know how they feel right now? They're mad. You want to know why they're mad? Because they're arguing with each other. You want to know what they're arguing about? Wave wants a brother and Culture wants another sister. That's the only thing. But they don't care if I'm having another baby. And Blossom is right there. I have a very good, happy family. This is not a thing where I live in LA and my kids live in New York. I live in Jersey with my kids. Okay? I see my kids go to sleep every single day. Okay? I see my kids in the afternoon every single day. I see my kids in the morning every single day. If I didn't tell y'all that I was pregnant, and guess what? I didn't even have to tell y'all that I was pregnant. Even if I looked pregnant, I didn't have to. I could have wore coats, jackets, big dresses, and blah 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 until the end of this album run. And guess what? Would have popped out like, hey, just gave birth, have a baby, and still go on tour. Now, and also, stop trying to make it seem like I got 100 gazillion baby daddies. I have 3 kids with 1 man that I got married with. Yes, I'm having a baby with somebody else. So what? That happens. It's life. Let me tell you something. I did things the correct way the first time. I fell in love. I got 2 rings in my finger. I lasted 7 years. 7 years that I didn't have to last with somebody with. I lasted 7 years in a marriage. Stop saying, oh, but you're still married. No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I can get out of my marriage is if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody wanna hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it. So that's what I'm going through in life. However, I'm not gonna live my life. Y'all want me to remarry and stuff to have another baby and stuff like that? I'm doing things what makes me happy. I did it the right way the first time. Guess what? When you separate from somebody, one thing about it is I don't like broken homes. I don't like broken homes. But guess what? Kids, like my kids, they don't give a fuck. You wanna know why my kids don't give a fuck? Because their life have not changed. I'm separated from their dad. It's been a year, and their life have not changed. They wake up at the same time. They have fun at the same time. They eat whatever they want. They do whatever the fuck they want. Nothing has changed. Nothing. You have trauma with your family. You don't speak to your parents. I don't know whatever trauma you have with your family, but don't put that on my children. Don't put that on my kids. Because one thing about me, I bust my ass. There has not been a career day. There has not been a mom shop, because that's what they call it in my kids' school, a mom shop that I missed. There has not been a graduation that I missed. There has not been a special event that I missed. There's events that they throw in my daughter's school where I know she's going to get on stage and she's going to sing for 40 seconds. And I still go because it fulfills my kid. Don't talk about my kids because I do the most biggest things for my kids and from the smallest thing. And no, just because I have money, I'm very clear. I live with my children. I live with my children. Yes, I have people that help me to make it easier for me. Because if I don't have to do certain things, why am I gonna do it when I can pay for somebody to do it? The fuck? That's like you. If you don't want to, if you could pay for somebody to do your child's hair, you're gonna pay them to do their hair, right? It's easier. But I take care of my kids. I'm always with my kids. That's why if you notice, my kids, who do my kids act like? My kids don't act like grandma. My kids don't act like their cousins. I mean, like my cousin, they help me with my kids. My kids act like Belcalese. They act like me, they talk like me because they always around me. And a woman with no kids, and let me tell you something too, and for y'all moms out there, don't let nobody that have no kids tell you about kids. I don't care how many books they read about kids. I don't care if they have a master's degree about kids. I don't care if they close with their nieces and nephews. If you don't have a kid, you can't tell a mom about no fucking kids. Word two. And let me tell you something. Every mother, whether you are an artist, whether you are a cashier, register, as a working mother, bro, we always gonna have to sacrifice some time for our careers. If you work a 9 to 5, let me tell you about the regular 9 to 5 moms, right? Regular 9 to 5 moms have to wake up at 6, 7 o'clock, get themselves ready, maybe drop their kids off school, or even rush to drop their kids off school. Then they cannot even pick up their kids at 3 o'clock. They have to put them in an after school program. Then they come home and they're fucking tired. They cook dinner for their kids and they're tired. And they just want to close that door, lock it, and just fucking relax. But you know what? They still do it. My job requires traveling. But you know what? Who else's jobs require traveling? Lawyers. What happened to a lawyer when she got to go 2, 3 weeks to another state because she got a case? Unless you a woman that a nigga got money and got you put up and all you could do is be a stay-at-home mom. This is the reality that working moms go through. Even when you own a company, you could be the bosses of the bosses of the boss. You own a company, you still got to travel to take care of your business. And don't let nobody make you feel guilty about that. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty if you work in a fucking Burger King because you got to take care of your kids. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you got to run a company. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you're not picking in between. When it's time to tour, my baby, my newborn is going to be great. Me and my baby dad, my new baby dad, I guess, whatever, we always speak about how things are going to be when we have a baby. This is not just a thing that is like, oh, I'm having a baby by myself. I'm having a baby with somebody. And I told them the expectations that I want. Hey, listen, I want somebody that's there for my baby. I know you have a busy schedule. We both got busy schedules. This is what I want. And we, W-E, decided to keep this baby. Okay? I'm not just a bitch that pop out baby and be like, here, mom. That's not me. And it's never been me. And that shit reflects on my kids. Y'all see my kids all the time. Y'all see how they speak. They're very well educated. They have everything. Don't speak about my kids. And that's that. I don't talk about you. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. Yeah, I get it. Y'all want me. Y'all want